Welcome to the Football Forecast, your ultimate guide to the NFL week ahead. Get ready as we dive deep into the biggest matchups, analyze key player performances, and break down the strategies that could make or break your favorite team's chances. Whether you're looking to dominate your fantasy league, make smart picks and bets, or simply stay ahead of the game, we've got you covered with insights and predictions. So buckle up, football fans. It's time to get your game face on for another action-packed week in the NFL. While only one team can hoist the trophy at the end, it all starts with the forecast.
Yes, it is week 6 of the Football Forecast here on the Empty the Bench Podcast Network. Make sure to check us out on all of our social medias at TFB Forecast ETB. That is on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And you can also check us out on our YouTube channel if you're watching us there at youtube.com/ETB Network. And you can get not only this show, but all of our shows across the ETB Network. And if you cannot watch us on the video side, make sure to check us out on the audio side. You can listen to the Football Forecast wherever you get your favorite podcast. And the Football Forecast and the Empty the Bench Podcast Network is presented by Playback. Stay tuned later on in the show for a word about Playback. And the Football Forecast odds are presented by Novig.
All right, let's get into it. So for Novig, sports fans, Novig is flipping the betting game on its head. It's America's #1 sports prediction market. Available in 35 states, including California, Texas, Florida, and New York. On Novig, you're 10 times more likely to win than with a traditional sports book because you're not betting against the house. You're playing against real users. It's the only free exchange where you keep 100% of your winnings. Download the app today. Sign up with the promo code ETB Network, ETBNETWORK, and you'll score 1,000 Novig coins plus $5 in Novig cash, plus spend $5 and get 50 in bonus plays. Must be 21 years or older to play. Gamble responsibly. For more to find out.
Mm-hmm. All right, and I almost had a big Novik parlay hit last week. That was probably my bad beat of the week last week, was that my parlay missed by 5 rushing yards. But it's okay. We'll try again this week, and I have a couple of extra Novik plays that I'm going to make in addition to the ones that we're going to make here on the show. But let's talk about speaking of stats and standings and stuff, let's talk about last week for 1 second, because, we had a very good week in week 4, and unfortunately week 5, we could not follow it up. A part of it was, what the big problem with last week was? We had 8 favorites lose. Yeah, eight upsets last week. So as a result, we only had one player last week finish with a winning record. And for the 5th time, in 5 weeks, we have a different person who won the week, and that was Nick DiMartino, who went 8-6, and he did hit his lock. His lock last week was the Lions over the Bengals. So Nick D scored 22 points to get himself back into it. Who was second here? Let's see. Ben, you were second at 7-7. We had 5 players go 6-8 and 2 go 5-9. But when you have 8 upsets last week, that's what's going to happen. So as a result, let me give you the standings here through 5 weeks, and it is really, really close. So we have a 4-way tie in terms of points with Zan and Nick Morganson, who are at 42-36, Christy 40-38, Michael 38-40. Now Michael's hit the most locks of anybody so far, 4 locks, and he's won a week. So that's why his record is not the same as Zan, Nick, and Christy. He does have the same amount of points for that. Tom is 39-39 for 80 points. Nick D's got himself back up to 80 points with his winning week last week. Ben is at 38-40 for 78. I also have 78, but I'm 37-41. And Grant 33-45 for 74 points. So only a 14-point difference amongst the 9 players in this competition. And you know what? We have a long ways to go. We're just about a third of the way through the season. So let's see what happens. And we are also in the middle. And if you are a huge football fan, both of college and pro, we are now in a stretch of 49 consecutive days of football. So it's a real fun time of the year. Baseball playoffs are happening. WNBA finals are wrapping up. Basketball and hockey started, basketball just around the corner. So it is a fun time to be a sports fan. So guys, are you all ready for week 6?
Ready.
Let's go.
Sure.
And as much as my voice is a little hoarse, I'm actually with a little bit of extra pep in my step because my Giants beat the Eagles on Thursday night. A very nice win there, and we'll talk about that a lot more on our shows next week. But before we get started with Game 1, which will be in London for the second straight week, we are going to come out of the gate strong, Nick, because we actually have a video for Game 1.
Well, Tom couldn't be here this week, but he nicely dropped a present in my email yesterday for this recording. So let's take a look, shall we?
God save our hopeless Jacks, no winds or highlights yet. God help the Jets. Flats for one every play, blown coverage all damn day. Games before end of game. God help the Jets.
Being a Jets fan must suck, Nick, doesn't it?
It's that bad.
I think he just gets immune to it, honestly.
I think he added to it to make it funnier, actually.
That was awesome.
Good.
That really was that.
I
know I say this every week, but I've known Tom for years now. We've done that for a long time. That's one of the top 3, I would say. Really,
he told me. He said this might top the Christmas ones that we did a while back.
That's what I thought of. The Christmas ones were outstanding last year, but that's right up there considering the Jets are in London and all that stuff. So wow, what a video. That I'll be remembering that one for a long, long time. Well, let's get to the London game to start. For the third straight week, we start overseas. For the second straight time, we go to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. And Nick, we'll start with you in Game 1. Rich Eisen, Kurt Warner, and Sarah Walsh on the NFL Network get us started on Sunday morning as we've got the Denver Broncos and Bo Nix, a 6.5-point favorite against Justin Fields and your Jets.
I mean, the Jets just find creative ways to lose every single week. I will alert everybody, it's not my lock this week. Not my lock this week.
Okay.
Because I've had enough losing my locks to the Giants and the Jets, even though I had the over on Thursday Night Football, which I'm happy about. But they're still the Jets. They're 0-5. I don't know if you guys saw the stat where they're the first 0-5 team to not have a single takeaway.
I did
so far
see that.
I saw that. I was like,
that's criminal.
What?
That's criminal.
That's criminal.
Oh, the Jets defense is so tough. You don't have a takeaway?
Right.
Like, this team is so bad. It's not my luck because I've had so bad luck. Johnny and I have both had terrible luck. We're 0-5 so far with our locks. And I think SVP should be calling us up and saying, hey, we should be on your bad beat segment. That's how bad we've been. But I understand, and if I could picture what Johnny's going to say when his pick comes up. Well, it's a London game. It's an international game. It's usually a low-scoring game.
Mm-hmm.
I usually think that too, by the way. But you're always the one like that gets into my head when I think of these games in London. Now, I think the number is big, 43.5 for an international game. I think that's big. Not touching that because last time I did that, I lost by a point. I think it was in the Pittsburgh game, I think. But I am taking the Broncos. The Broncos are playing much better football. I think Bo Nix is starting to figure it out. Take the money with the Broncos.
So yeah, I am going to bring up London again because that is an equalizer in making this pick. Now, straight up, look, you were telling me just pick the winner. That seems to be easier than what we're supposed to do here. I would take the Broncos, but that's not what we're supposed to do here. We're either supposed to pick the spread or we're supposed to pick the total. And I don't think this is as easy as it seems. I mean, the mismatch, there definitely looks to be looks to be one of the bigger mismatches of Week 6. But, I mean, when I look at both of these teams, the Jets have more often than not have been in these games. I know, and even if that means that, they're down huge, they will rally, and that could even be the case here. Let's say Denver has a 20-0 lead. I almost could see the Jets scoring 2 scores in the fourth quarter and backdoor covering this game. But I looked at both of these teams really carefully. 3 of the 5 losses by the Jets have come by no more than 6 points. And then you have the Broncos, who have had 2 last-second losses, and 2 of their 3 victories have been by 1 score. Now, I will tell you full disclosure, if you look at my picks when I make them on Montauban and why, I had the Broncos at -7.5. So I know it's down to 6.5 for us here in Novig, so I'm going to try and be consistent in saying that. When I look at all of that, and I look at how the Broncos did come back, I know they were down big. They came back and beat the Eagles, which was impressive, but they were down a lot. I just have a very sneaky suspicion. I think the Jets are going to keep this game close, and even if that means they're going to backdoor into this cover, I am going to take the Jets plus the 6.5, and I think the equalizers are London, and also that high spreads have had a tough time covering this year, and we saw that last week when we had 8 upsets. A couple of those were big numbers too. So I am going to take the Jets to cover. I don't know if I'd say money line, but we're basing this just on spread, and I'll take the Jets plus 6.5. Grant, what do you have?
See, this is so hard because I mean, you Johnny mentioned the losses that the Broncos had. Weren't they both to last second field goals?
Yeah, actually. So Grant, just to put that more in perspective, the going into last week, the Broncos were not trailing in the fourth quarter.
But here's the problem. Like Nick said, this is the Jets, and they will figure out a way to
Creative way to lose.
jet it up in some way.
Jet it up.
But oh my God, this for the first game, I would never usually think that I am having such a hard time choosing what I'm going to do here, but I'm going to take the under on this. I don't know if anyone's going to advise. No one's advising me to do this, but I don't imagine the Jets scoring many points. No offense to all Jet fans in here. They suck.
None taken.
I mean, part of me believes that the Broncos could literally score 40 against the Jets because their defense is trash. But I can't. I don't want to touch either of the teams here because the Broncos could lose in another last second field goal. So I'm going to take the under on this. I'm not very confident in it, but I'm not confident in either team here. So,
all right. So you're going to take the under. All right,
yeah.
Ben.
Yeah. So I mean, I look at this game, right? The Broncos obviously had a big one last week against the Eagles, going into their place, which that was my lock of the week. Shame on you, Philly. I'm not going to pick you again for a while.
No.
Especially after losing the Giants. Sorry, Johnny. I mean,
Right.
Heck, maybe the Eagles aren't as good as people make them out to be right now, but they're
Right.
really good. But, I just looked at what the Broncos are really good with defensively. They're very good against the run. That's the one thing that the Jets offense, if they're going to make this game a game that they win, it's probably because of the running game. Justin Fields and that passing offense, I'm just not a massive believer in all season. They're not built specifically to be a passing type of offense. And, the Jets' best player in Garrett Wilson is going to be matched up against Patrick Surtain. So I think that Garrett Wilson is going to be limited.
That's going to be
with that being said, after that, the Broncos win that they had in Philly last weekend, and with the way that the Broncos have been playing the last couple of weeks here, I'm taking the Broncos to cover. I think that, the Jets are going to make it close, but like what Nick was talking about, and this is not me, being a Patriot fan, being a homer, screw the Jets type of thing. The Jets are just not finding ways to win right now. They've been in either a lot of close games or they've been in games where they've just gotten blown out. And honestly, a lot of their points that they've gotten coming back from, it's already been a blow, and a lot of teams are playing prevent defenses. So it's kind of that way being said. So, between the running defense from the Broncos and, with Patrick Surtain against Garrett Wilson, I got to go Broncos here. Take the money.
Michael.
Yeah, so I was just looking back at the other London or overseas games, and they've all been
right?
They all been over and within 6 points. So, man, I just have like this weird feeling that Bo Nix is just not gonna play good. I don't know why. I just have, or Justin Fields. I don't think either quarterback is going to play good. And I've seen Justin Fields not play good multiple times, and it's very frustrating.
There you
Very,
go.
very, very, very frustrating. I think this is going to be a very run-heavy type of game. I really want to take the under, but I'm never taking an under ever again. I will tell you this right now. But I think I'm going to go with the Jets to cover this one.
Wow.
I have a weird feeling that the Jets can sneak out a win, their first win.
They need it. I'll tell you that.
They're not
do
winning.
need it.
Are you saying Jets plus 6.5?
Yes,
Yeah, Jets plus
you're taking the Jets to
6.5.
cover plus 6.5. And Christy, you can wrap us up here in London for game 1.
Okay, well, basically, I've mentioned before, I like the Broncos. I like Bo Nix. He's got great potential. I like Cortland Sutton, their star receiver. I think he's great. I'm gonna go Broncos. Take the money.
All right, so we're a little all over the place here in game 1
Yeah.
there in London. All right, now back to the States, guys.
There.
A bunch of fast tracks in this 1 o'clock window on
Ooh.
Sunday. And
Okay.
Ben, the first of 4 straight picks involving a game on Fox starts here with Kevin Burkhardt, Tom Brady, Aaron Andrews, and Tom Rinaldi, as we've got the Los Angeles Rams and Matt Stafford, a 7.5-point road favorite against the Baltimore Ravens, not with Lamar Jackson. It's with Cooper Rush
Again.
there at M&T
Again.
Bank Stadium.
Yeah, I mean, you look at what the Ravens are going through right now. They're going just through absolute hell when it comes to injuries and obviously their star quarterback. Obviously defensively, Roquan Smith and Marlon Humphrey, really them being out is massive. You saw the Texans and that Texans offense was really laboring for a couple weeks to start the season, and they absolutely just poured it on Baltimore last week. The Chiefs poured it on them a couple weeks ago. They're getting absolutely shredded through the air. And I think, the Rams, the way that they've been kind of playing as of late, they're a very good passing offense. So not only am I taking the Rams to win this game, but this is my lock of the week for Sunday.
Ooh, wow.
Michael.
Yeah. Oh man, the Rams are just so good, and the Ravens have way too many injuries. No Lamar Jackson is tough. He
Huge.
keeps them
That's
in
huge.
keeps them in ball games. Kyle Hamilton's also injured. That's the best safety in the league. So the Rams will cover this probably by 14. They'll probably destroy the Ravens, honestly, if everyone's injured still. So taking the Rams.
Christy?
Oh, definitely going to take the Rams. The Ravens are just looking like a mass unit right now. So Rams.
Nick.
So you and I were discussing this game before we came on here. And I look at this. The Rams are playing good football. The Ravens statistically have the worst defense in the NFL right now. Like
Crazy.
which no one thought.
Wow.
And Johnny, you even said you thought they
Nobody.
were going to win, 13 games, 12, 13 games?
Yeah,
I mean,
told you they're the
now-
most complete team in the
They
league
still
this year.
can.
They won't.
They still
I
can,
don't
though.
think I
But they
don't think
won't.
it's possible.
But we didn't think Lamar was going to get hurt. We didn't think half their line was going to get hurt. But the Rams are firing on all cylinders. Stafford's playing good ball. I think Stafford's going to have 300-plus throwing yards, I think, in this game.
Probably.
Puka's going to have a game.
I think Puka's going to have an
definitely.
amazing game. Why am I forgetting the running back?
Devontae.
Kyron is going to have a big game also.
Yep.
I think
This is
Devontae Adams will chip in as well.
this is going to be a huge offensive fest, but not touching the spread. I don't like the spread. I'm going to take the over on this game and locking the over. I'm going to lock the over on this game
Oh,
because I don't like
Wow.
the spread. The hook bothers me because maybe the Ravens somehow offensively make this a game down the stretch because they still have enough offensive weapons to compete offensively, but I think the over is destiny in this game.
Yeah. And Michael, you and I have talked about this too. Raven overs, it seems to be a very solid play this year.
they
and
hit.
so
They hit.
I thought about it too. But, real quick, 2 things with the Ravens. Number one, the saving grace for the Ravens is that the division is still possibly in play. And if they're on their bye next week, so maybe Lamar can come back after the bye, it still gives them a chance. Other problem with the Ravens, too, amongst their many problems, is that Derrick Henry has fallen off a cliff here in the last 4 weeks.
The fumbling.
Well, and his rushing yards are down sharply, and I think he's going to have a tough time against the Ram defense, which has done great at stuffing run the last few weeks against some solid guys. But the long story short, I agree. I think Matt Stafford will have a field day against this team. I am going to lay the 7.5, and I'm going to take the Rams. And Grant?
Yeah, I mean, seriously, like everything that you guys said about the Rams in terms of the stats that you guys think that they could have with all of the injuries they have, everything that you guys said about their stats for each player is completely possible. And with that, I'm gonna lock the over as well because 44.5 for these two teams, that's not that big. I mean, personally, I think what will happen, the Rams are going to score like 30, and all right, I'll say 31, and then the Ravens will score 14, hopefully, to get to the over. So,
all right, so we have 3 locks in 2 different directions there in Baltimore. All right, next fast track. Christy, this is your game. It's Adam Amin, Greg Olson, and Pam Oliver on Fox. It's Dak Prescott and your Dallas Cowboys heading to Carolina to Bank of America Stadium against Bryce Young and the Panthers. And the boys are 2.5-point favorites and the total nearing 50.
I mean, I'm not going to underestimate the Panthers. I mean, Bryce Young has shown it's been doing pretty good. I mean, they could be better, but they're the Panthers. What do you expect? I mean, that's it. And the Cowboys, oh boy, still without CeeDee Lamb.
I call them the Cowgirls, so
of course. But this will not be my lock of the week. That's later. I'm going Cowboys, taking the money.
How about them Cowboys?
Nick?
Yeah, I don't like this game. I think this is a disgusting game, to be quite honest.
It's gross.
Not touching the total, because I think that number's outrageous. Just give me the Cowboys, but it's going to come down to the fourth quarter. So give me the Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys?
So this is the Rico Dottle revenge game.
Yes.
So the one thing I'll say real quick, this line is very fishy.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the Cowboys are a better team than the Panthers, but why are they laying less than a field goal? Now, I know the Panthers at home have actually been sneaky since the second half of last year, and look what they did last week, and look what they did against the Falcons. But
it was the Falcons. The Falcons have no defense.
But still, I mean, they're doing this against anybody at home. They've been making it a game. The difference, though, honestly, is the offensive talent gap is totally on the Cowboys' side. Like I've said, I mean, Dak, to be fair, is potentially playing himself into MVP at the bare minimum offensive player of the year. And I don't think the Panthers have enough on offense to keep up, even if Rico Dottle has another 200-yard rushing game. And because that number, and I hope I'm not getting reeled into doing this, is under a field goal, I am taking the Cowboys. And yes, Christy, this is my lock of the week. I'm taking
How about them Cowboys?
Nowhere.
Grant?
Yeah, I mean, I will continue to call them the Cowgirls, but I am gonna take the Cowboys because the Panthers, they don't have anything on offense. I mean, T-Mac still hasn't gotten anything going, and he was the 8th pick of the draft.
8th pick.
I mean, that if you're a top 10 draft pick, you should at least have 2 touchdowns right now. I mean, I know that he's a rookie, and rookies do take a while to adjust. And honestly, I mean, I think he had a better quarterback in college than he does in the NFL. Who was his quarterback at Arizona?
I can't think of it off the top of my head, but
not anyone good.
What's
Well, Bryce Young is still not great for me, and I don't care that they've scored when they've been at home. I'll take the Cowboys to win because it is a field goal. I would not touch this over under at all. I'm looking at you, Michael, but
how about them Cowboys?
Yeah, some of these are right up Michael's alley. Ben, fast track. What do you have?
I'm just gonna be quick with it. Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, Panthers. They beat Miami last week. They came from behind, but Miami stinks. And then Atlanta, I think, was just a massive fluke game for Michael Penix. Yeah, they're in disarray. They're too young a team. So yeah, Dallas.
All right, and Michael.
I was thinking about the spread, or not the spread, the over, but I'm not going to. I'm going to be smart. Brandon Aubrey kicks the last-second field goal to win them the game by 3 points. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys?
Like a 1916 win.
No,
Yeah.
I think
Possible.
I think there's going to be more points than that. 30. How about this? 30-28 Cowboys, and I lose my lock. There you go. I'm 0-5 for a reason. Piece of death right there. It's there in Carolina. All right, our next fast track game goes to Grant. Kevin Kugler, Darryl Moose Johnston, and Allison Williams special on Fox. It is the Arizona Cardinals taking on Daniel Jones and the Indianapolis Colts, and Indiana Jones is laying 7.5 and the over-under at 47.5.
Indiana Jones has found his place, found his team, and I mean, I hate to say this, but I feel like this is going to be another Sam Darnold story. He has a huge year, decides to leave and goes somewhere else and looks like crap. But Kyler, to my knowledge, I believe Kyler Murray is questionable with a foot injury for this game. I don't think that's necessarily going to rule him out, but also, I mean, it's up to the team. But honestly, still, Kyler Murray hasn't looked that impressive. So I'm gonna take the Colts to win. I know that this spread is a little bit big, but I'm gonna take the Colts.
All right. Ben?
Yeah, this was my other consideration for lock of the week. The Colts are just fine on all cylinders. Jonathan Taylor. I mean, me and Michael were looking at Jonathan Taylor last week on Red Zone, and he was going crazy. Daniel Jones, he found a home. Currently, right now, the Colts are averaging 32.6 points per game. They're just clicking on all cylinders. And the Cardinals, if Kyler's questionable, I mean, even if he was, I'm taking the Colts here to take the money.
Kyler is questionable as of now. Michael?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, even if Kyler is playing, the Colts are just way too good. Jonathan Taylor's playing like the best running back in the league. He scored 3 touchdowns twice. He might do it again. I'm calling. He's probably going to get two touchdowns. Daniel Jones is going to throw for a bunch. I was considering this my lock of the week, but I'm not going to. But I am going to take the Colts here, -7.5.
Christy?
Okay. I'm gonna go Colts take the money. Shocker. Lock of the week.
And lock of the week. Okay.
Yes, lock of the week.
Good
Nick?
one.
Yeah, I don't think there's much mystery to this. Cardinals had a bad loss this past week, losing to the Titans. I mean, terrible loss. And I just and by the way, I think Kyler's a little too cocky for his own good, and I think that's a massive issue. Colts come back, win. I think this is a turnaround for them. I think they win.
When he fumbled, he just stood there.
No,
he didn't try to get the ball back. I think he's too scared of his small stature.
Yeah, but
Right.
Colts win.
Colts win.
Yeah.
So in this matchup of the former Eagle Coordinator Bowl, the Colts are going to have a letdown at some point, but it's going to be against better opponents and more tougher environments.
Agreed.
Not this week. I'm taking the Colts.
By the way, Jonathan Gannon should be crucified for the way he acted on the sideline. I mean, but
might be on the hot seat towards the end of the season. The way this is
They
going,
probably are. That seat's getting hotter by the minute.
Yeah, seriously.
All right. Now our non-fast track game of the 1 o'clock window. And if you thought that if you would have said at the start of the season this was going to be this would have been a fast track, you would have looked at me with 2 eyes. But that's where we are. All right, Michael, we'll go to you. a Chris Myers, Mark Schlereth, Sarah Kustok special on Fox as the Seattle Seahawks, a battle of 4-1 teams. Sam Darnold and the Seahawks head to Everett Bank Stadium against Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And this line flipped on Friday. It's now the Seahawks who are laying 1.5 points.
Yeah, so the Jags, they just had a very big win against the Chiefs. That comeback was crazy. Trevor Lawrence scoring that last touchdown was crazy. But the Seahawks have been – JSN is emerging into a top 5 receiver in this league. He's playing incredible. Their run game has been very good for the Seahawks. So is the Jags. Travis Etienne. This game just screams over here. And this might be like a 50, even a 60-point game. I feel like this could be another Bucs Seahawks last week. Like I feel like that's what this game could be. And I think so with that, I'm taking over 47.5 here. First over of the day. Guys, this is getting crazy. Normally I have like 3 by now.
Oh, okay.
All right. Christy, what do you have?
This is tough. I mean, Jaguars are coming off that huge win against Kansas City. Seahawks are pretty good. I'm going to go Jaguars plus 1.5.
Nick?
This game is – I don't know what to make of this game. The Jaguars are actually playing good football. Who would have thought they were going to beat the Chiefs on Monday night?
No one.
Not me.
No
Not
one.
me. Nobody.
Now, is that the Jaguars playing good, or was that the Chiefs just totally falling apart?
They
Don't
have
know.
been, they have been
It was a
hitting
little bit
that
of
a
both.
lot.
It was a
I
little
think
bit
it
of
was
both.
Yeah.
So I think Seattle's playing good. I think Darnold's figuring it out. They have a lot of weapons. I think this is a squeaker game. I think Seattle just barely pulls it out. I think they win by a field goal. Give me Seattle.
Yeah, I love the Seahawks here. And because one of the reasons is the cross-country travel, it might be a role, but the Seahawks love playing away from Lumen Field. They've won 8 straight, 9 out of 10 away from Lumen Field. So they have no issue going cross-country. And I think they're just better equipped for this one. If you look at their lone loss in the last 4 was a game they scored 35 in. The Jaguars have also been a pleasant surprise, but I don't think they've looked as good with their 4-1 start as the Seahawks have. So as long as Sam Darnold avoids the costly mistake, I think the Seahawks win another game, and I absolutely think they will. So I'll take the money. Grant?
Yeah, I can't believe that both these teams are 4-1 right now. Honestly, when we were watching the draft and the Jaguars traded up from 5 to 2 to get Travis Hunter, I thought they gave up way too much to move up 3 spots. And now it's looking like or at least if the season ended right now, the Cleveland Browns would have, I believe, like still a top 5 pick, but that's their pick. And then the Jaguars pick would be like 23 or 24, like really late. And I mean, I gotta give James. Oh God, what's his name? Whoever the GM of the Jaguars' name is, I can't think of his name right now. I gotta give him credit, and I think that's because he really had a close relationship with McVay. But I'm gonna take the over here. Honestly,
Ooh.
I mean, I like both teams, but I think that with both of these teams being 4-1, I think that there's going to be a lot of points scored in this game.
Okay. And Ben?
So this spread line is really close for 2 teams at 4-1, in which I understand. I'm going away from the spread. I'm going to ride with Michael. I'm taking the over in this one. I think both teams are playing really well, and it's just really hard at this point. Like Johnny mentioned, Seattle's really good off of the road, but Jacksonville just had a big win at home against Kansas City. So I mean, it's just kind of hard to kind of pick. So I'm going to ride the over here in this game.
So a little variety of opinions there at Everbank Stadium. All right, back to the fast track for the next 4 games. What do we got here? An Andrew Catalon, Charles Davis, Jason McCourty, and AJ Ross special on CBS. Justin Herbert and the Chargers, 3.5-point favorites against Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins. I'm going to go first and real quick. I know it's tough to bet against Tua as a home underdog, and I know the Chargers are struggling and hurting, but the Dolphins don't have the personnel to keep up with them. I'm going to take the Chargers. Grant, fast track. What do you have?
Yeah, I mean the Chargers started off the season really good, and then they kind of fell off a little bit. This is the Chargers kind of need a get right game, and I really think that this is the perfect get right game for them because literally the Dolphins cannot stop for shit. And they lost Tyreek Hill. Now, I will say, Darren Waller has emerged as a great tight end for them somehow.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Chargers as a get right game. They need a win, so I'm going to take the Chargers.
Ben?
Chargers, yeah. I mean, Dolphins are just right now in the gutter. They just had an awful loss after being up 17-3 against Carolina last week. McDaniel's definitely going to get the hot seat. I mean, he's already on the hot seat, but
He's on the hot seat.
seat's burning. His seat's burning by the week.
Hotter.
Yeah.
Hotter.
The Chargers really need this win, and maybe they just need to go down south against a team that's really reeling right now. So yeah, Chargers take the money.
Michael.
Yeah, this is a big bounce back week for the Chargers going up against the Dolphins. I think Justin Herbert has a very big game. I think all three wide receivers do crazy things to that Dolphins secondary. And with that, this is going to be my lock of the week. Chargers minus 3.5.
Okay.
I'm staying away from the Bears.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Christy, go ahead.
I'm going Chargers.
I thought you said your lock was going to be a Monday night.
Yeah, I switched my mind.
Oh, okay.
It's in now. Christy, real quick. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Chargers, take the money.
Okay. And Nick.
As much as I hate the Chargers right now because they destroyed my lock, I'm going back to the well and taking the Chargers. Dolphins stink.
Okay. So a clean sweep for all of us there at Hard Rock Stadium. All right, Nick, I ended with you there, and I'll start with you here. Next fast track game, Iron Eagle, J.J. Watt, Evan Washburn special on CBS. Dylan Gabriel and the Cleveland Browns against Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Steelers are laying 5.5.
So the Steelers are the better team. Let's get that out there. Number one.
Right.
But this game is a little odd. Dylan Gabriel, who got his first start in London, of all places, this past week, now getting thrown into the Wolves again on arrival on the road.
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting game. I don't like the spread, though, because I don't know if I can trust Aaron Rodgers to have a sick game or a really bad game. So I'm actually going to touch the total, and I'm going to go over 38.5 because there is going to be scoring in this game, but I'm afraid of the Browns defense, but the Browns will score points too. So give me the over.
Interesting. Okay. I have it the complete opposite. I think this is a defensive slugfest. I'm going to take the under. Grant?
Yeah, I can't pick a team here because, first of all, the Browns have no offense. And second of all, I hate Aaron Rodgers. So that
both ways.
It crosses the team out for me. And I mean this line or the total is so low that it is screaming at me to take the over. I mean, so I'm taking the over. Why is this line so low? I mean,
probably because of the Browns defense.
Both teams' defenses are great.
Yeah.
That's probably why.
I'm going to take the over.
All right. Ben?
So I looked at Rodgers and his career against the Browns. He's only faced them 3 times, but he is 3-0, and all of his starts he's had 3 touchdowns passing.
I don't care.
So he's had very good success against them. So I know obviously he's older, but Steelers are at home. I'm going to take the Steelers to cover.
Michael, fast track, what do you have?
Yeah, I can't pick Aaron Rodgers. I also don't like the Browns offense that much, but I am going to go with the over 30.5 here.
Over, okay. And Christy?
I don't like what I'm looking at. I also hate Aaron Rodgers and the Browns. Dylan Gabriel, I feel sorry for him. You're starting, and you got Shador Sanders lurking in the background. I'm going to take the over.
Yeah, he is QB2 now.
He is QB2, exactly.
That is such a disaster there in Cleveland
Yeah,
for sure. All right, so I'm going to go a different route.
Disaster ever since they were founded as a
All right,
football
all right.
team.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that another time. We'll talk about that another time. All right, next fast track, Ben. Let's go to you. Spiro Adam Aditi special on CBS. Off your big win last Sunday, the New England Patriots 3.5-point favorites heading to the Superdome against Spencer Rattler and the Saints.
I wanted to pick this as my lock. I really did. Especially after a big one last week, but I decided there's other options. But I do really like this game for the Pats. I know obviously Keon White's out, Infernie Jennings is out, Christian Gonzalez is questionable. Spencer Rattler, give him credit. He's played really, really well. But this is going to come down to the trenches. I like our lines a lot better, our offense and our defensive front. And I just feel like Spencer Rattler, you said 6 touchdowns and 1 pick. He's due for some turnovers. We were able to get some turnovers last week against Josh Allen, and now you go from Josh Allen to Spencer Rattler. I hope to God the Patriots defense can wake up and keep it going because we had a big one last week. So I think Drake has another good one. Patriots take the money.
Michael?
Yeah. Oh. The hook is getting me here because the Saints always are close for some reason. I don't know how they keep on doing this with that roster, but I'm really thinking the over here, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go Patriots 3.5. I'm going to be smart with it.
Christy?
I'm definitely going Patriots. I mean, I'm going to go Patriots to cover.
Nick?
I was close to a lock on this, Ben. This is one of the games I was actually looking at. But I think it's an easy cover for the Patriots. They just had a huge win with the Bills, coming off against the Sunday Night Football with the Bills. I think the Patriots are a turnaround team. They're a much more aggressive team now. I think they're going to win a lot of games. And they're playing a terrible Saints team. Take them up.
Love to hear it, Nick.
Well, yeah. I mean, the Patriots' schedule is very favorable going forward here for sure. But the question's going to be is can they reset coming off that win? And what about the Saints? Can they build off their win last Sunday? As I've said before, the Superdome's a tough place to play no matter how bad the Saints are. Saints are getting a big reinforcement back, too, on that defense. And Chase Young and that defense has already had 6 different defenders record a sack. I'm taking the Saints plus 3.5. I don't know. I think they hang around in this one. I think it's a little bit of a letdown for the Patriots, too. And the Saints at that place is always tough to play. So I'll take the Saints to cover. That's what I'll do.
Very fair.
Grant?
I'm gonna take the Patriots at minus 3.5. I mean, counter to your point, Johnny. How good is Chase Young actually for being a former number 2 overall pick? Not that good. So I don't know if you would say that they're getting a huge enforcer back. And I trust the Patriots offense more than I trust the Saints offense and defense, to be honest with you.
All right. So you're gonna take the Pats.
Yes, I am.
All right. And I would agree if the Pats did have a bit of a running game too, and unfortunately they have not had that so far to start the season. We'll see if they do down there in New Orleans. Christy, next fast track game is to you. Let's go out to Vegas. A Kenny Albert, Jonathan Vilma, Megan O'Leary special on Fox. Cam Ward and the Titans against Geno Smith and the Las Vegas Raiders, and it's the Raiders a 4.5-point favorite.
Ooh, this looks suspicious. But God, the Titans are coming off that crazy win against the Cardinals. Raiders, they haven't been great, but to pick, I'm gonna go Raiders negative 4.5.
Nick?
Grant, I'm going to steal a term from you. I call this the toilet bowl game this week. This is a disgusting game if I ever saw one. Not touching the spread because I think either team.
I should trademark the toilet bowl game.
That's going to be ETB merch in the ETB store when that comes out. Yeah, I'm touching the total under 41.5.
You do like a sticker or a decal and you put it on your toilet. That's the way to do it.
Exactly.
Well, I'll tell you, Christy, I think you were struggling with the spread. Nick, I know you don't want to touch the spread. I think touching the spread is impossible in this game, so that's why I'm not going to touch it. So I'm going to look at these two teams and what's happened and what's the denominator with the common denominator. Both these teams' defenses are not good. The Titans have given up 33 points plus in 2 games this year. The Raiders have given up over 40 in 2 games this year. This game screams over. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Grant?
I mean, both these teams suck.
That's a fact. This is why I struggle to pick one over the other.
And I mean, I know that Brock Bowers has only played technically 1 healthy game this year, week 1. He's out, so that's basically your biggest receiver threat. And Gino is the interception king right now. But
So what do you have?
God, I'm not touching either team, so I'm going. Oh my God! But since the defenses on both teams are so in the toilet, I'm gonna take the over. I mean, I hope I don't regret this.
Well, Brock Bowers, by the way, is out Sunday too.
Yeah,
And-
I said that.
Yeah.
I said that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Nick, if you have the flushing thing, you know, put that in because for this game, it's gonna be awful. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you.
Brock Bowers is out. The Raiders' defense is god awful. They gave up so much to the Colts. I mean, you see the Colts and you see the Raiders. They're in absolutely different trajectories right now of their seasons. And the Titans, yes, they obviously had the first one last week, but they basically had Cam Ward threw an interception and basically was herky-jerky from there. They scored a touchdown off of that. It was a miraculous one that Tennessee had. They're still not
that was a sure like lucky charm touchdown.
Yeah. I'm gonna go rock
Lucky
with Johnny.
charms.
I love the over in this one.
Over, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael?
Yeah, this is a very bad game, but I'm never taking it under ever again. So I'm just gonna go with who I think has the better players, and that's the Raiders. So I'm gonna go Raiders to cover here.
Wow, you're going away from the over under. Wow.
And Zan joined Nick in taking the under in this game. Just something to keep an eye on there.
Okay.
Ben, it is in fact a Jim Nance, Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson special on CBS as we head down to Raymond James Stadium. It is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against their home to the San Francisco 49ers. And the Bucks 3.5-point home favorites, the total 47.5.
So the Raiders and Titans game was a total game. This is the injured game with 2 teams that have injuries from both sides with some key players. The Niners don't have Brock Purdy. They don't have one of their top receivers in Ricky Pearsall. The Bucks don't have Chris Godwin after he just came back last week. So that's obviously a massive loss. They don't have Bucky Irving as one of their top running backs. Granted, though, if there's any quarterback right now that could be able to kind of overcome some of this right now, it's Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, for some odd reason, has done a very good job of just kind of keeping the Bucks kind of up front. He had a big one last week against Seattle. But that being said, if I'm going to take between the Bucks and the Niners, I'm taking the Bucks to take the 3.5.
Michael?
Yeah, I saw something that Mac Jones was also questionable. So I'm a little worried about the 49ers over there. So, but I do think the Bucks are a way better team. Baker Mayfield's a better quarterback. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go over 47.5. I think this is gonna be a big game for the Bucks. I think Emeka has two touchdowns. I think he just takes his cake for Rookie of the Year candidate. So I'm gonna go over 47.5 here.
Okay, Nick, go ahead.
Yeah, this game is Ben said it right. It's injuries everywhere. You need a hospital for this game, pretty much, because no one is healthy. But you said something that I agreed with also. Baker has been on fire to begin this season. I can't explain it. He's become like the hero of Tampa. The same way like when Nick Foles won the Super Bowl in Philadelphia, and now like he could eat for free anytime he goes to a restaurant in Philadelphia. I think the Bucs win this game, even without Bucky Irving, if he's still out, even though he's a massive role to their offense. Baker is just playing way better. So give me the Bucs.
Yeah. Right now, Baker, Christy, I'm sorry. Go ahead first.
Yeah, I was having some minor problems. Sorry
You're
about
good.
that.
Go ahead.
Okay. I mean, there's injuries on both sides. Both teams are looking like mash units pretty much. But if I had to pick one in particular, I'm going Bucs.
Yeah, so Baker Mayfield right now is the MVP of the league, and I don't know why he's why people are like putting him like third, fourth, or fifth. He's the MVP now. But
it's weird.
And there is there's nobody in the NFL I think right now you want more than Baker Mayfield in a 2-minute drill. But the problem is the Bucs just cannot continue to rely on him and rescuing him in the final minutes. We saw what the Niners did, completely undermanned last week as a huge dog 10 days ago out in LA to get it done. That hook is a big deal. I think Baker could lead them down the field, get another game-winning score, or it goes down and one of the best kickers in fantasy, McLaughlin, can kick a field goal for the win. I'm taking the Niners plus 3.5.
Oh boy!
Didn't McLaughlin have the longest kick so far this year? Was it like 70 yards or something?
Yeah, him and Brendan Aubrey are right up there.
It was like 64 and 66.
I think it was 60.
Right, I was going to say he's one of them. Brandon Aubrey is the other.
Aubrey.
Yeah. They've both been fantastic.
Brandon Aubrey.
I'm taking the Niners to cover at least. Grant?
Yeah, there is so many bad things going on for both teams right now in terms of injuries. But when it comes down to it, who do I trust more? Do I trust the a banged up Mac Jones because he will most likely play, or do I trust a healthy Baker Mayfield who has just saved that franchise after Tom Brady left? So I'm gonna. The hook bothers me a little bit. I mean, I'd rather you make it -4 or something, but I'm gonna take the Bucs. I trust them more.
Grant on Novig wants to buy it down to 2.5. That's what he wants to do.
Exactly.
All right. Speaking of lines, next fast track game, Michael. Kevin Harlan, Trent Green, and Melanie Collins special on CBS. It is Joe Flacco. Yes, Joe Flacco and the Cincinnati Bengals heading to Lambeau Field against Jordan Love and the Packers. And the Packers are laying north of 2 touchdowns in the over-under 44.5.
What the
Yeah, so this spread is way too big. Way too big. I don't take the unders. I don't like the Packers. If I lose 17 picks this week or this year off the Packers, that's fine. I'm going with the new Bengals quarterback, Joe Flacco, and the Bengals to cover plus 14.5 here.
It was two options. It was either Bengals or the over. So we had a 50-50 shot at guessing.
Yeah.
Christy, what do you have real quick? I'm sorry.
Oh, goodness. All right. No, I don't like the Packers either. But as far as I'm concerned, Joe Flacco, you just got to Cincinnati, so I don't see you winning in your first start. Give me Packers -14.5.
Okay. Nick, you can't trust the Bengals, but you also don't like laying north of 2 touchdowns. So what do you do?
Oh, it's obvious. The over. I think the Packers are going to score plenty. Even though Browning's in, they still score points. So there is this number is actually low, the total for this game. Even though I think the Packers will score about 30 or more of this 45 that's needed. So give me the over.
Yeah, and Joe Flacco by accident, they had to make a move for a quarterback. So by accident, Joe Flacco should be better than Jake Browning. And I know he beat the Packers when he was with the Browns, but that was a totally different scenario. I am taking the over for sure. Absolutely. Grant?
Yeah, I'm taking the over as well. But also, I looked it up because I needed to clarify this. When the last time that Flacco played the Packers, which was 2 weeks ago, or
3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago,
3 weeks ago,
he
scored 3.68 fantasy points with 142 passing yards, 0 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Now, I will say this. The offensive weapons are much better on the Bengals than they are the Cleveland Browns. So I do believe that he will get more fantasy points than 3.6, but I will never bet on the Packers, and this line is too huge, so I'm taking the over.
Taking the over. Okay. And Ben.
Whew. Now, this line's big.
Mm-hmm.
However,
You're considering it?
Uh-oh.
I'm considering it. The Bengals' pass defense is that bad to me. Their defense in general is not good. The Packers are also getting Christian Watson into their offense. But I can't go the spread. I just can't. I'm going to go the over here. I want to play it safe.
Okay.
Hey fans, Novig is here to change the way you play. Available in 35 states, including California, Texas, Florida, and New York, Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market, and it's 10 times more profitable than traditional sports books because there's no house edge. Instead, you're betting directly against other sports fans just like yourself. Novig is also the only free exchange, which means you keep every dollar you win, whether you're putting plays down on the NFL, the NBA, the NHL, Major League Baseball, college sports, or even UFC and tennis. Novig gives you the power to pick the best odds, or better yet, set your own. Sign up today with the code ETB Network, and you'll get 1,000 Novig coins plus $5 in Novig cash, and special bonus offers like spending $5 and getting $50 back. Novig, where fans play smarter. You must be 21 years or older to play. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The football forecast is presented by Playback. Watching sports is more fun with others, but we spend too much of our time watching alone. Playback is a virtual space where communities can stream live sports together, with everyone perfectly synced up. Creators can hop on stage, deliver their own play-by-play analysis and commentary, and invite viewers up for Q&A. Playback makes watching sports fully interactive and a social experience. From playing fantasy sports, repping your favorite players and teams, and watching with the commentators and communities you care about. Win or lose, sports are best enjoyed together. Join our community by going to playback.tv/ETB Network to find out more, including our live stream schedule. And now back to the show. It's time for Primetime Picks, guys, presented by Playback. Let's go to Sunday Night Football on NBC. A Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, Melissa Stark special, as we've got Jared Goff and the Lions against Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs. The Chiefs a 2.5-point favorite, the over-under 52.5, and I'm going to go first. So, man, this is a tough one. You know, after the first week, we had a ton of doubts about the Lions, and then since then, it looks like they've been the best team in the league. But they're dealing with injuries now on defense, which was something they went through last year. And then you look at the Chiefs side, and it looks like now they started to figure out their offense, but their defense let them down on Monday. So I feel like the Chiefs, I think, have figured out on their offense. The Lions defense, for the most part, as well. But when you watch them play against big time quarterbacks like Jordan Love or Lamar Jackson, they give up a lot of points. So you know what this game feels like? I'm gonna show it. This game is going to get loose. I'm taking
that
the
on a t-shirt there.
I absolutely am taking the over. This is too difficult of a game to pick. Pick a team. So I'm hammering the over. Somebody's getting to at least 30 in this game for sure. So that's the guarantee. Give me the over and hammer it. All right, Grant.
Yeah, honestly, Johnny, you hit it right on the nail. And that was no pun intended, because you said you were hammering the over, but I mean both these teams are getting, well, the Lions were in their groove faster than the Chiefs were, but also the Chiefs are now one game away from getting Rashee Rice back, so once he gets back, I do think that their offense will start to look better than it has the last couple of weeks, because Rashee Rice is a big focal point in their offense. But so I'm taking the over. both these teams are so good that I don't know if this is going to happen, but this kind of reminds me of that one game a couple years ago when the Rams and Chiefs were playing each other.
You took my line.
Yeah.
You took my line.
that was Michael's favorite game of all time.
Oh my God!
I'm sorry, Michael. I'm sorry.
So over is your play, right?
Yes, over is my play.
Okay. Ben?
This game's getting loose. Taking the over.
Yeah.
Loose. Yes, that's right. All right, Michael, do I need to ask?
No, over. But I am going to say this will – I'm saying this right now. This will be as good as that Rams-Chiefs game from 2018. 2018.
Yeah.
So,
Monday night game.
Yeah. This will be as good as that.
The only way that this could have
easily.
literally been better is if it was if this was moved to a Sunday night, so it would be like a 4-year 7-year difference or something.
Monday night, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's still good enough. All right, so Michael, no surprise, is also hammering the over. Christy, what about you?
Well, this game's going to get crazy. It's going to get intense, and it's going to get loose. I'm taking the over.
That's Nick. Do you want to join the train? What are you doing?
No, this over under is too big for him.
I'm not touching the over under. Actually, I'm about to bait and switch. I'm actually taking the Lions plus 2.5.
Smart.
Because the Chiefs looked horrible against the Jaguars on Monday. They've looked horrible so far offensively this season. They're not scoring. The chemistry's bad. Kelsey looks bad. Mahomes is not throwing for as many yards as he was his last couple seasons. I think the Lions have a chance to win this game, to be frank. Lions plus 2.5.
All right. By the way, our guys that are not here, Zan took the Chiefs and Tom took the Lions. So all over the place here on Sunday Night Football there in Kansas City. All right, Nick, another week where we have 2 Monday Night Football games, not a doubleheader because there's going to be simultaneous an hour difference, but starting at 7:15 p.m. on ESPN, Chris Fowler, Dan Orlovsky, Louis Riddick, Katie George, Peter Schrager special as Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills trying to rebound off their first loss. They head down to Atlanta to take on Michael Penix, Bijan Robinson, and the Falcons, and it's the Bills a 4.5-point favorite and the over-under almost 50.
So I don't like the over-under. I'm throwing that out of the equation. Too high. Bills are the much better team. At least you think, in theory. But obviously what happened with that I think they got embarrassed by the Patriots on Sunday Night Football, to be quite honest. I don't know what happened there. Their offense looks a little bit off. Their defense looked a step slow against the Patriots. But the Falcons have just been an abomination. Like, just awful. So I think both teams are not in their best position. The Bills are definitely the better team. So I think it's going to be an ugly game. Let's put it that way. But I think they cover.
Hey, Nick, you know what this game's going to get?
Yeah.
There you go.
Although I don't think it'll get as loose as Sunday Night Football, but
No.
I think high 20s for both teams is definitely in play. Maybe somebody hits 30, but the Bills' defense right now is a major problem, especially their run defense. And let's be honest, the Bills just had a 3-game homestand where they did not cover any of those games. Yes, they won 2 out of 3, but that's not what we're trying to figure out here. They're laying 4.5 now against the Falcons. Falcons have an unbelievable running attack with Bijan Robinson. I think he's going to go off big time in this game. And I could still see the Bills eking this out at the end, but this number is a little bit bloated for me, and I'm taking the Falcons because the Bills, as I said, atrocious defending the run. This is the kind of guy, Bijan Robinson, who I think can carve right through that defense. And even if you wanted to throw little slant passes to him, he could definitely carve up that defense. So I think the Falcons hang around in this one, so I will grab them to cover the number. Grant?
And honestly, I mean, that you mentioned that they won 2 out of 3. The Bills won 2 out of 3 of their games. They lost to a team that I would not expect them to lose to. I am sorry, Ben, but I have no idea how you beat Josh Allen, and I got to give Mike Vrabel his props. I mean, he did a great game plan. I'm a little pissed off that Stephon Diggs did not reach the end zone because he was so close on one play, so close. But he stepped out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Screw you, Stephon Diggs. Whatever.
Hey, can Grant just use this for his personal fantasy soundboard?
Yeah, don't hide it, Grant. We know you have him in fantasy, right?
I have him in a league that's only touchdown based, so I needed a touchdown.
Should have
Screwed
known.
you over on that one.
All right, so what do you have here? I'm sorry.
I'm gonna take the over. I'm gonna take the over. I do believe that this is gonna be a high scoring game.
Okay, Ben.
I like the Bills here. I think Atlanta obviously just has a ton of issues. Now Josh Allen has played the Falcons once, and he was not good. It was in 2022. He had less than 150 passing yards. He had 3 interceptions against the Falcons in his one-time career against them. But that was from a couple years ago. I'm not taking anything away from it. And if there's any quarterback that wants to get pissed after a loss, after losing to us, which thank you, it's going to be the Bills. So Bills cover.
Yes.
Michael.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Just say it already. We know what you're going to say.
Fine. I was, yeah, it's going to be the over here. Thank you.
All right.
Bijan's going to have such a big game, I feel like. But I do think the Bills win. I just don't think they win by more than 5 points. I don't know why. I just have this weird feeling Falcons are going to score a lot of points for some reason against this Bills defense. So I'm going to go over 49.5 here.
Okay. Christy?
I never bet against Josh Allen and the Bills, so I'm going the Bills.
All right. And now for Michael and Grant, we get to the main event. An hour later on ABC. And Grant, for you, a Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, Lisa Salters, Laura Rutledge special on ABC. It is Caleb Williams and your Bears and Michael's Bears heading to Northwest Stadium to face Jaden Daniels and the Commanders. Commanders 4.5-point favorite and the over-under 50.5.
God.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Oh, boy.
Okay. So, look, there are two players on the Bears that I personally believe need to have a legacy game on Monday. And those two players are Tyreek Stevenson and DJ Moore. The last time that DJ Moore had a great game was against the Commanders. He had 8 receptions, 230 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And personally, I think it should have been 4 because I do not think he stepped out of bounds when the ref said he stepped out of bounds. So I'm taking the Bears. I don't care. All
right. All right, Michael. What do you have?
Yeah. So the Bears should have 2 key players coming back. Kyler Gordon should be back. He's been limited all week. And TJ Edwards was limited as well. Or he was limited the other day or yesterday and then full today. So that's 2 big parts of our defense. We have someone to cover Debo if we need it, or when we need it. Tyreek Stevenson needs his comeback game from last year. Caleb Williams has to show that he's better than Jaden Daniels, and he will show that he's better than Jaden Daniels after this game. This is easily Bears to cover. I don't think the over will hit, personally.
Over is a little high for me.
Over is way too high. If this was like 45.5 and might hit it, but the Bears come out, cover this game, and even win the game.
And there's a fun fact here. Fun fact: the Bears have never won a game following their bye week. That changes this week.
By the way, real quick before we get to the other guys, who do you think? Without anybody saying, Zan and Michael, who do you think Zan? I'm sorry, Grant and Michael. Who do you think Zan took?
The Commanders.
Yeah, he took the Commanders.
Yeah, he's a fake Bears fan, I swear. He takes the Packers.
Oh my God.
He takes the Packers. No,
By the way, I'm a
it's
Giants
okay.
fan. I took the Eagles last Thursday night. To be fair,
Oh,
Ben
Yeah.
Cruz.
So, Michael and Grant and Zan, I just hope to God for your team, just don't give up a Hail Mary to end the game this year.
We won't.
Just make sure of that because that was insane. I'm gonna take the under in this game.
Smart.
I do think the Commanders, are the better team. I think Jaden Daniels is the better quarterback. I'm sorry, Michael. That's just overall my opinion.
Yep, that's fine.
The Commanders have been kind of sluggish recently, and Terry is out. I don't know if Terry's out, but if he is playing, they've been kind of.
He hasn't been rolled out yet, but he hasn't practiced all week, so he'll be out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the under. It's kind of a big number, and I just don't trust either team right now consistently.
All right. Terry McLaurin did not practice on Friday, so take that for what it's worth. Christy?
Probably out. Yeah, I mean, as much as the Commanders are the better team, I don't know. I got a gut feeling. Michael, Grant, you're going to love me for this. I'm taking the Bears positive 4.5.
Man. Nick?
Come on.
First of all, I got to do this first.
Stay off the weed. Duh.
I don't know what you guys are saying.
I didn't say anything.
Wait a minute. Now, you're
Oh my
saying,
God.
both of you are saying that that Caleb is going to play better than Jaden Daniels?
He will. 100%.
Hell no.
Will.
100%.
Yes, he will.
Did you see his game last week?
He's missed it. He's
Doesn't
missing
matter.
his number one receiver. His number one receiver this week is going to be 32-year-old Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, as soon as their record is so much better with Jaden on the field. First of all, I don't trust the Bears right now defensively. Number one, a lot of points given up past couple games. When Jaden plays, they own, and they're not going to be able to stack him defensively because he's just going to take off and run. Caleb still has issues offensively. Still doesn't throw the ball away as much as I want him to see. Mm-hmm. So I'm taking the Commanders to cover, and it's not going to be close either. Give me the Commanders. Take the money.
All
Wow,
right,
you just lost
next
points.
Tuesday, Monday night, you might get a message from me that's not.
You
not
can't tell
pleasant.
me that Jaden is not better than Caleb here.
As of right now,
Yeah, and I will.
he's
So
not.
Caleb can outplay Jaden Daniels, but the problem is I just don't trust the Bears defense.
Right.
That too.
And I think the one thing I saw last week was Jaden Daniels looked healthy. He threw on that Charger defense, which is supposed to be really good, and he was airing it out really, really well. And the Charger defense is better than the Bears defense. I got to tell you, I 100% agree with Nick. I'm backing the Commanders here because I think that's the difference. Daniels being back there, I think showed, and I still have a lot of question marks if Caleb can put this consistently or can the roster support him. He might play well, but I think Jaden Daniels, who's going to be healthier in this game than he was in the meeting last year, that makes a big difference in this one too. So I'm going to lay the Commanders -4.5. I think they win this game by at least a touchdown. And we'll put a wrap on week 6 of the football forecast. But there's much more where that came from because on Sunday, right as the London game wraps up, you can watch the Gridiron Gurus with Grant, Michael, and Ben as they'll get you ready for the Sunday slate. And then, of course, at 1 p.m., the guys will all be together for Red Zone. So another 7+ hour day there.
Yeah, but I got to stay.
And there's going to be a lot of us coming up this month because with Playback, of course, you've got not only Red Zone and the Gridiron Gurus, but you've got obviously WNBA Finals, Major League Baseball playoffs, NBA right around the corner, less than 2 weeks away. So we are going to be busy, but this is the fun time of the year, guys. It's already week 6, and
wow,
we got so much more, right, Nick?
And we have an equinox coming up at the end of the month too, October 27th.
Right,
for sports.
In
case people didn't know, MLB, NBA, NFL, NHL all play on the same day. In case you don't know what an equinox is, and it's the best time. NBA, World Series, everything.
Yeah,
so
it's a great feeling right now. Cubs will be in the World Series. I'm saying this
Oh,
right
God.
now.
Right.
Before Game 5, before we win Game 5, then we're going to beat the Dodgers, and we're going to win the World Series. I'm calling this right now.
You will find out. So if you missed anything during the show and you want to see the best clips, including that unbelievable intro from Tom before the London game and our locks of the week and the primetime picks, make sure to check us out on social media at TFB Forecast ETB on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Of course, on YouTube, we're at youtube.com/ETB Network on the video side for not only the football forecast, but all of our shows and the playback simulcast. And if you can't watch us on the video side, make sure to listen to us on the audio side. You can download the football forecast and listen wherever you get your favorite podcast. And of course, the football forecast and the Empty the Bench podcast network presented by Playback. Like I said, a lot of stuff upcoming with Playback. And the football forecast odds that we had this week and throughout the year are presented by Novig. So, guys, you all have a wonderful weekend.
Yeah. Good football coming up. My Jets are going to be 0-6, but what's up?
Any given Sunday, folks. So we'll find out. Guys, all have a wonderful weekend and enjoy the games. And so for Nick Morganson, Grant Winsauer, Christy Wilson, Michael Rapolo, Ben Cruz, and, of course, Tom Albano, Zan Bando, and Nick DiMartino, I'm Johnny Montalbano. Everybody have a safe and wonderful weekend. Enjoy the games. We'll catch you all on the playback side. And then back here for, believe it or not, week 7 already of the football forecast next week. We'll see you then.
Have a good week, everybody.